Ho, 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 do I feel good today? What is up, DTL Universe? This is your sports and sports betting brand of record. We call it Driving the Line. We are here every single day, including on the weekends. You guys made Saturday and Sunday incredibly successful for us because we're the only brand out there that's grinding 7 days a week as we are officially in cash stacking time. Now, we've got 2 different recaps this morning. We're the most transparent show as well. The first one, it was kind of the ho-hum one before we get to our really big one. And DG has some questions to answer, but we'll get to him on Wednesday. As you guys know, I have a partner, a 5-tool player, the man that grinds more than anything. So before we do the next recap page, let's bring in that big old fat smile that I love so very much. AB, busy weekend, big boy. Good morning.
Busy weekend indeed. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we have one last game in the Super Regionals. Game 3. Essentially, it is a Game 7 tonight.
Okay.
Georgia and NC State. But yeah, man, huge weekend.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that weekend, AB, because you were all over it and all those green check marks. Are you kidding me? Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, so we sit now 23-11. All right, throughout the postseason. And these are parlays. All right. We went 15-6 in regionals. We sit 8-5 in super regionals. And you see the arrows right there because, like I said, you remember before super regionals start, this is why when Coach says it's so important to watch these preview shows beforehand. We got on the NC State, Tennessee super regional plus 135. So now that's the only one we're waiting on because Tennessee already won its super regional. So we now have NC State essentially money line today at plus 135. Let's go.
Hashtag it pays to watch live. We tell you that all the time. All the time. Everything weaves into something else. That's what happens when you have a 7-day-a-week brand. That's how you do it. AB, so freaking well done. Oh, I can't wait for the College World Series, and I can't wait for Game 2 in the NHL. I can't wait for more Major League Baseball. I can't wait for the crew, baby. Are you ready, AB? Are you ready for a big-time Monday morning? Well, here's Howie Schwab's crew play of the day. The selections are what?
We're going to the NHL, as you mentioned, Coach. Stanley Cup, final Game 2. All right, you got 4 options here. You go with the Oilers money line, plus 120. Go with the Panthers money line, minus 140. Go with the over 5.5, minus 110. Under 5.5, minus 110. Polls in the chat. Vote now. And we will update as we always do at the end of the show.
And could you also kind of follow Liddy's what he's doing next level? Just let AB know how well he's done this week. And sometimes we even need a little pat on the back. And 23-11 on parlays? Come on. Where else do you want to be? But right here, right now. All right, we got the best crew in the business. They are standing by. They are ready. So I'm ready for the picks. I absolutely love it when the chat is popping. Go ahead, hit that like button for me. It really helps the show grow. And we are climbing. We are very close. It could happen today. That 5,000 mark, which most shows it's just a dream. And we're almost there in just a few months. It's been amazing. And it's because of all these guys right here. First and foremost, yet another green check mark on Sunday. The man is a cash register from the Dirty. Charles, good morning, sir. You get the 15 seconds.
Morning, Coach, crew, chat. Yeah, we're fortunate enough to get another winner. But new week, exciting week, 5 days away from the Euros, Copa America right behind that. So excited to get this week started. Let's cash these tickets. Best of luck to everyone.
Very well done. Doesn't even pat himself on the back in his 15 seconds. By the way, Friday we'll have a little extra, maybe 3 to 5 minute episode for the Euros to start on Friday afternoon. Charles is going to get you set for the entire thing right here on this channel. Now, game number 2 tonight. I've been seeing the pictures all over social media. I love when families sit together. I love when families watch games together. And I love it when their teams are playing. Z-Man, good morning.
Good morning. I'm feeling I'm very sore because I was away this weekend. I was on vacation. We were on a cruise, and I was using all kinds of muscles, doing water activities and water sports, using muscles that I didn't even know that I had. My inner thighs are so sore. My calves are sore. I don't know. I don't understand how I'm gonna be able to walk around the rest of the day, but I'm gonna find a way to that couch in the Zaslow Mansion family room. before this game gets going tonight. Panthers looking to take a 2-0 series lead. I'm very pumped.
I know you're our hockey guy, Alan Garcia. Welcome. Premium member. If you're not a member, do it right now. Right here, right now. You get all kinds of extra content. All right, and he is our numbers guy, and the man literally never stops working. Rafael Esparza. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, crew. It's a busy weekend. And I was telling the producer, man, I was doing so much research on so much stupidest stuff this weekend. I mean, cricket with USA beating Pakistan a couple of days ago, movie stuff. My phone just doesn't stop dinging, and I just read it. I'm like, really? I'm like, I have other stuff that I want to do, but I got to give it up to Zaz. I have no interest in the Florida Panthers. I'm not a big fan of Florida Panthers hockey. But watching the game and knowing, I've just met Zaz a couple months ago, but watching it for him is one of the best because I know someone, I don't know a Florida Panther fan. So I'm watching the game, watching him go up 18 shots on goal with 3 goals. That's unheard of what the Florida Panthers did in game 1. So Zaz, thank you for letting me enjoy Stanley Cup game 1. And I think you guys go up 2-0.
Yeah.
All right. From your lips to God's ears.
Well, we'll keep watching Z-Man and the family. I love the pictures with the son. Absolutely love them. By the way, speaking of other shows, when they give you props and AB, Dave said, I've heard about 3 other podcasts talking about following AB for college baseball. The word is out. Can't hide it forever. AB can't hide you forever.
Hey, you know what? As long as they're just pointing to driving the line, man, that's all we want. That's awesome.
That's all we want. By the way, shout out to Mark and Robbie, right? They did hockey picks for us over the weekend. Yes,
they did, coach. And guess what? Premium members, get ready. Got a little present for game 2 coming for you today. Yeah, it pays to be a member, as coach says.
Wait a second. So if you're a premium member, and they can join right now, by the way, like Alan just did, they can get some hockey content today on the premium side. Yes.
Yep. You could get picks for game 2 tonight, breaking down from both guys who, by the way, swept game 1. And to become a member, lost it there. Great spelling, but my mic cut out. Great spelling, by the way. Click the join button below or click the link in the show description.
That's all right, AB. You've got like 5 different places you're trying to do shows from. It's going to drop out from time to time. By the way, Liddy said those guys were awesome, coach. I know they were. So if you're not a premium member yet, go ahead and do so. You can get that today before game number 2 tonight. AB is always grinding. The crew's growing. All right. Let's get to the picks. Because, Charles, the friendlies that have been playing every day leading up to the Euros, they've been putting some money in our back pocket, and we've got more of that today. So, sir, if you don't mind, let's start right there.
Poland versus Turkey. We're just going to keep on backing these friendlies until the Euros start, with the objective to stack extra bullets to fire once these tournaments do start. And the featured match today presents us with Poland on one side. They've been strong on home soil with a 12-3 goal differential over their last 6 games at an average of 2 team goals. While Turkey, they have had their issues on the road, allowing a -6 goal differential over their last 7 away from home, but have averaged 1.1 team goals over that span. I'm just going to stick with our bread and butter thus far as I project both teams getting on the scoreboard. With both teams the scores, I can see a 1-1 final score at worst.
I love when you say bread and butter, because that's exactly what you are, and we're always hungry here at DTL. So we start there. Then I'm going to go next because I got 2 big baseball plays today. It's not a full slate. It's a Monday. I get it. But Orioles money line -150. Now, that's a little juicy. But, Charles, sometimes the juice.
You know it's worth a squeeze.
You're damn right it is, and today's one of those days. Corbin Burns is on the mound, and you take out one start where he allowed 3 runs, in the last 5, 1 run. I probably should have played the first 5, and I wouldn't mind that, but I'll take the Orioles on the money line. They've been playing great, 20 games over 500. I love this spot, and I love Corbin Burns. Then Yankees-Royals over 8.5. This game is in Kansas City, and we always fade teams that play the night before, and they had a great game last night against the Dodgers. Catch that personally, one of the few personally. But tonight, over, both offenses have been raking, and normally when you have tired people, it means more runs. So we're going to take the over 8.5 tonight. Those are not 2 plays if you're going to cash with the coach. All right, now, we've got topics coming up in Educate and Entertain. But Raphael, right now, she is one of those topics, and I think she's starting to find her sea legs just a little bit. Talk to me.
I want to jump on your or your Baltimore play first. I would say
Please.
hold up on that one. I think that one goes down to -145, -143 for the first pitch. I think some dog money will come in. One book already has 145, so maybe wait to see. Don't lay that -150. But my play, the monster is going to be let out. Caitlin Clark over 2.5 threes made in tonight's game. Her last 5 games, she's averaging almost 3.5 threes per game. They played Connecticut twice, and Connecticut has waxed Indiana. Not one, but twice. Had no close way. But the first game, Caitlin Clark, 3 threes made. The second game, 4 threes made. So she's going to get her points. I don't want to dive too much into this game and too much into her because we're going to be talking about her. But I think she has a good game. I think Connecticut wins. Don't get me wrong, but I think she has a good game shooting the 3 ball.
Connecticut, the state, the college, the pros, they're all front and center today here at DTL. Now, I'm going to have Z-Man go last because that's the hockey play of the day. But, AB, let me come over to you because Aaron Judge last night, I could not have slobbered over a player more than what the announcers did when Aaron Judge hit that home run in the 8th inning to go up 6-4. But it was all worth it. He has become a superstar of superstars. But before we get to your plays, AB, one very important question from the chat. What is your go-to place for rolls when it comes to restaurants?
Excellent question. All right. I don't know if everyone has O'Charlie's, all right, near them. If you've ever been to an O'Charlie's, Google it. They're the best rolls in the history of life. And anybody who's eaten there knows I am not kidding whatsoever. All right. Red Lobster, the Cheddar Bay biscuits, money. All right. They're money. Absolutely.
Going out of
money.
business.
Yeah, they are going out of business.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be pulling up with an 18-wheeler to go pick up some of those wholesale Cheddar Bay biscuits. And then lastly, Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
Solid. Yep,
Oh,
Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, solid.
Good call. Good call.
Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
Now,
all right, what do we got today?
All right, Major League Baseball. Now, let me say this real quick. I said that we essentially have NC State money line, okay? So I wanted to say, Scott asked a question about how do we go about if we want to hedge. You have 3 ways to play this tonight, okay? You could do nothing, and you already have NC State money line in the game, plus 135. Number 2, you could bet Georgia money line. If you want to just, at worst, wash, there you go. So you're not going to lose tonight. Or number 3, you could bet NC State on the money line and double up if you think that they're going to beat Georgia. Or number 4, the totals, which they haven't come out yet, but you can play that as well. So you have it's like a choose your own adventure book. All right. You could go any way you want if you want to maximize or minimize your risk. Now, baseball, like you said, Aaron Judge over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 105. Coach, as you mentioned, this guy is a stud. Now, the difficult part, pretty good pitching matchup tonight, but Aaron Judge, you don't know how he's going to get down. Some nights, crush a couple bombs for you. Some days, he'll get walked 3 times. That's why we're going to go to the hits, runs, and RBIs. I actually don't hate playing Aaron Judge for just a single. I think it's plus money. It's like plus 125. But I'm going to go with the hits, runs, and RBIs because he does get walked a lot. And when he does, this gives you insurance. Then we're going to go MLB runs parlay, plus 125, 2 legs. Astros, Giants, both teams to score 2+ runs. A's, Padres, both teams to score 2+ runs. Don't want to go any further than that, but 2 runs, it's our number tonight.
I absolutely love it. And all that information you just gave us, our newest premium member, Alan said, I've been watching you guys for a while, and honestly, the best thing about the crew, from other than consistently cashing tickets, is the education. I was a rookie last year, and I used Coach and AB as guidance and the rest of the crew. That's what we're all about. This is the long-term play. It's not the short-term play. It's a long-term play. Now, as AB mentioned, if you are a premium member, you're going to get more hockey today. It's going to be posted after the show. But Z-Man, I'm coming over to you, big boy, because nobody, and I repeat, nobody is more into this series than you are, my friend. But you found a play that I didn't even think about. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm very confident in the Panthers going up 2-0, but I don't like betting on my team. I feel like there's bad juju involved there. So, if you were to say, Zazzle, do you like the Panthers money line, which I think was minus 135 right now? I would tell you, of course, that I like it, but that's not what I'm playing tonight. Like I said, that I'm betting with my heart instead of my head if I do that. So I don't want to necessarily do that. So what I can do, though, is let's look at some player props, all right? Sam Bennett centering the Panthers' second line. I think he's been their best skater this entire postseason. I mean, look, they won game one because of Sergei Bobrovsky, but I think Sam Bennett's got a real chance at the Conn Smythe depending on what happens in this series. I like him to be super aggressive here. Panthers didn't play very well in game one. I think we're going to get a much better effort overall out of them. You could say, wow, they won 3-0. They didn't play well. Yeah, they didn't play very well. The Oilers got what you would call goalied in game one. Bobrovsky won the Panthers that game. So Sam Bennett over 2.5 shots on goal. It's plus money, plus 105. I'll roll with that. I feel good about it.
The pay window never looks at a ticket and says, oh, that's not a side. That's not an over. That's not a total. They never do that. They just cash the ticket. Z-Man, we're going to cash that ticket. Now, I see a little bit of dissension in the ranks. Dave says Lugo on the bump for KC. Not sure how much I like batter props even from that game. Dave, I'm telling you right now, I'm a Royals fan. And Lugo, the last time out, allowed 5 runs. Doesn't even have a start where he hasn't allowed a run. They just had a lot of good offense backing him. He's not that good. And the Yankees will show that tonight. I believe that to be true. All right. I believe everybody has gone. But there is so much more to sports betting. It's about knowledge. It's about being a sports fan, not just about the numbers. And we cover that all the time. So it's time to educate, entertain. Oh, wouldn't you know it? The chat is all over the roles discussion today, as always. Now, we've got 2 big topics today that will absolutely affect future betting and really the entire scope of basketball, as it were. So, AB, I'm coming to you because Danny Hurley has confirmed to ESPN that he traveled to L.A. last week, was back in Connecticut by Saturday, and will make a decision today. And he says, quote, the LA Lakers have given a compelling argument or pitch, as it were, to be the next head coach of the Lakers. We know the number would be ginormous, like $20 million a year. It's crazy. But do you think, based off of everything that we've seen and the fact that LeBron loves how he player develops at UConn, that this could be the right fit because of who's going to be in the draft in less than a month? Your take?
Danny Hurley would be a good fit anywhere because Danny Hurley's fits anywhere. You know what I mean? But I just don't know if that works in the NBA in full. And that's nothing against Danny Hurley. It is about it's like college football for a head coach compared to going to the NFL. College football, you are in charge. NFL, you're not in charge. Your general manager is in charge. You could have an insane front office. You could have a great front office, right? I think that Danny Hurley announces today that he's staying at UConn. Yes, I understand that that's a ton of money, but quite frankly, I think him giving 24 hours was giving UConn 24 hours to get that collective together, to start getting the money together for him, saying, all right, boys, you got 24 hours. Start calling everybody over there in Stamford, Connecticut. Go ahead and get all that good, big, rich money out there. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a fit, but I think he stays.
And AB knows better than anybody. He's part of the whole Tennessee situation. And now the game has changed. It's about calling alumni, raising the money, paying him more to get him to stay. So I believe what AB just said is absolutely true, Z-Man, is that he's given UConn time to bump that pay up by $5, maybe even $10 million a year more than what he's making right now. What do you think?
Well, let's not forget Gino Auriemma got an extension recently as well. All right. So, same school, and Danny Hurley sees that. It's like, all right, we're the ones who just won back-to-back national titles. So I think there's a little bit of that going on, trying to use some leverage. But also, I do think there's legitimate interest from Danny Hurley. I mean, it is the Lakers, but here's the thing. Yes, any head coaching job in the NBA is a good job. It's 1 out of 30 in the world. So, of course, it's a good job. But that doesn't make it a good job for Danny Hurley, all right? It was a good job for Darvin Ham. When you're a first-year head coach, you're looking for that opportunity. Of course it's a great job. Even the coach right before that, which was Frank Vogel. I mean, Frank Vogel had been fired 3 times before he became the coach of the Lakers. Of course, that's a good job for Frank Vogel. Danny Hurley can have whatever job he wants. Can have whatever job in the collegiate ranks. Now, he's never going to leave UConn for another college job, but he can have whatever job in the nation he wants, and he can have whatever job in the NBA he wants. So he can pick and choose. Is the Laker job a good job for Danny Hurley? No, it's a terrible job for Danny Hurley. You're only going to coach LeBron for 1, maybe 2 years, and then you left UConn for a total rebuild with the Lakers. That's not a good job for Danny Hurley. I do not expect him to take this job. I think he probably took it serious. It's why he went and he met with them. I mean, why wouldn't you meet with them? It is the Lakers, but I do not believe he takes this job.
It almost feels like he would be a good fit for a place like what Milwaukee did this year, that they're a really good team, but they didn't like the coach that they had, so they bring in Doc Rivers. That would feel like a better fit based off of the argument you're making, Z-Man, which I also absolutely agree with. So, Raphael, let me come over to you. Not a good fit. The money's not going to be an issue. Rebuild. UConn's going to have a top 5 team in the country. Again, a chance at a three-peat. Your take?
Well, first of all, I want to say I watched Friday's show, even though I don't do Friday's show because I'm committed to other stuff. But you guys made fun of my line for JJ Redick being a favorite for the Lakers job. He was a favorite because the money was coming in on him. And it could still cash because I totally agree with both Zaz and AB. I think he stays at Connecticut. I put the line up on Saturday afternoon where would Dan Hurley coach when the decision, Lakers or Connecticut. I made it -115 both ways, and most money came in on Connecticut. Most sharp money came in on Lakers, so we haven't really moved it that much. I think Connecticut right now is, I think, -140 favorite. But I think he stays just because he doesn't want to do that rebuild. And what is he going to do when Anthony Davis comes to his office and say, hey, you know what? I need a rest today. He's probably going to blow up and scream at him like AD has never been screamed at. I just think what I'm hearing, he's probably going to stay in Connecticut because you know where he's going to probably, his first coach is going to be. I heard this last night, the New York Knicks. He can still stay at the East Coast. I think he'll be the New York Knicks head coach when they get tired of Tibbs burning out their players so quickly. I would not be shocked if he turns down the Lakers, stays in Connecticut, leaves Connecticut because he's tired of all the college fiascos of the transfer portal and all that, and coaches the New York Knicks.
That is such an interesting take. It really, really is. A guy who played high school in Jersey, the man who's been at Seton Hall and then at UConn. His whole life has been the Northeast. Knicks on the sidelines, MSG. I'd freaking love it. Absolutely love it. AB, go.
Hey, look at Raphael cooking something up. Look at him. I just wanted to.
There's that martini I had last night.
But by the way, I just want to be very clear because I take my relationship with Raphael very seriously. AB, we never made fun of his lines.
I was
Friday.
joking. I was joking.
We were talking about Shams' lines and Woj's information. I understand you took it personal because you're the one that puts out the odds. I get that.
Coach, let me say this to double down on what you just said. Look, I'm pretty in tune with college baseball lines and totals and things like that, like when they come out. Dude, Raphael is sending us, and you can confirm, emails, texts. Like, he's like,
all the time.
Literally, I think on Saturday, he sent me a text. It had to be 6:37 a.m., right? And he said, totals will be out 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
They were out in 8 minutes.
They were out. Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, Raphael is money on all this stuff, dude. It's crazy.
I've actually been thinking about making his emails premium to let everybody see exactly what he does. I'm dead serious. I mean, it's I'm telling you, we're going to do this for 30 years, and all this stuff is a stepping stone. And what Raphael does for us is crazy. You're damn right. You are damn right.
Game of Thrones, I could take that Game of Thrones email I sent out would have probably made me a bunch of money.
Game of Thrones. He does Game of Thrones odds. It threw Seabass into a tizzy.
I was placing bets on all the Game of Thrones lines in my head as I was reading through the email.
Right, Z-Man? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who's that kid on Game of Thrones that was a little ass? Joffrey.
Oh, the king, Joffrey. He got his head cut off. A really quick story. When the first show came out, Game of Thrones, I did a betting prop bet because the bosses, when I was head odds maker at my bookie, said, hey, we want to break the internet. Can you please do a prop bet who's going to be topless in the next scene in Game of Thrones? So I did a whole bunch to get all the girls in the topless. It was on Entertainment Weekly. They were talking all over it. So I'm like, oh. So yeah, I almost made the internet cry when I did topless scenes on Game of Thrones betting odds.
Winner
Can I just-
Hornswoggle.
Can I just say I've never been more proud to have a person on our crew than right at this moment doing odds on topless scenes in very popular shows. Now, speaking of the word popular, said that song, she's so popular. There is a dropping of the ball that is as big as I can ever remember. And I don't even think the WNBA and whoever runs their Team USA even realizes what they're doing. AB, I'm going to come back to you because the last several years, let's say the last 20 years, the Olympics has just been nosediving as far as ratings are concerned. And now you've got a young lady who has moved the needle more than anybody ever has, maybe more than most of the NBA players. And she does not make Team USA for the Olympics. And she says, oh, they woken up a monster. Clearly, she's pissed off. I'm kind of pissed off, too, because whether the WNBA wants to realize it or not, she's the reason that her team is on prime time like every game but 2 this year. And to not have her on the Olympic team is the biggest snub you could have. And now it's going to make me not want to watch it, period. That's how I feel. What's your take, AB?
So if they do the WNBA All-Stars versus, the Olympic team, right?
Yes.
First off, all right, the Women's Olympics, they won't get ratings. So your girl, Caitlin Clark, is sitting here going, oh, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want some ratings? Because when you play the All-Star game, that's what I bring, are ratings and money. Now, like, I'm kidding around, like the good luck to the U.S. Women's Olympic team. But Kayla Clark pays the bills, son. You want ratings, you go run that All-Star game, and she'll be on that roster. I guarantee it, because somebody up there likes money, and they're not dumb about doing it. So, yeah, that's your moneymaker right there.
Reggie says she's the reason her team has the second worst record in the WNBA, too. Reggie, they were the worst team, which is why they got her. You could bring Michael Jordan in. Oh, wait, that did happen back in the 80s. And what happened for 3 or 4 years, Z-Man? The Bulls are terrible, right?
Michael Jordan's rookie year, they were like 10 games under 500.
You know,
low 30s,
You know who's fun? I really have gotten into WNBA. And I mean, we watched her back at Oregon. Like Sabrina, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ionescu. Like, dude, I mean, she's been a baller. Like, it's not like this is anything new, but she is unbelievably fun to watch. She is incredibly talented basketball-wise. There's a lot of them, but, like, I love watching Sabrina play. She's great.
Yeah, the whole, they're look, the team is terrible, the Fever. I'm not going to sit here like I'm an expert in WNBA, but there's a reason why they have her, and it's because they had the number 1 pick, because they're horrible, all right? Matter of fact, they had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row. They selected Aaliyah Boston the year before, and they're still horrible. They're a horrible team. But, it doesn't hold water that why are they so bad if she's so good? I mean, do you think Victor Wembanyama sucks? Because the Spurs were terrible this year. And the reason the Spurs have him is because they were terrible. And I think we're all pretty certain that Wembanyama is probably a couple years away from being the MVP of the entire league. Yet the Spurs were horrible this year. So, come on, let's use a little bit of common sense.
Can you give me your famous Z-Man line? Before this year,
have you watched the Spurs suck? Have you watched the Spurs? Yo, that team sucks. All right, come on.
It's my favorite thing in the whole world. They suck. That's officially Z-Man's line. All right, Raphael, let me come over to you, because sometimes I think we forget that the entertainment side of sports is very, very real. And when you're talking about this specifically, to get these sponsors to come in and buy these ads for let's be honest, the Olympics isn't even covered. When I was at ESPN, we didn't cover it. Why? Because there's a rule in place that you cannot show a highlight for 24 hours before or after the event is over. So what's the point? And so to have a basketball team that you could watch these things live would be humongous. But that's not going to happen now. And whether or not these women feel this way or not, they don't. That's the reality of the situation. Your take?
I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm kind of glad she's not. This girl needs rest. She's been playing ball since college, has never had a break at all. And who are you going to leave off on this one? You're going to take off Plum from the defending back-to-back champions? You're going to take off Sabrina? Are you going to? The only person I can see that could take off was Brittany Griner, but they're two totally different positions. So I kind of understand why she didn't make it. I know, yeah, put her out there for ratings and people to watch it, but I just don't see who you're going to take off. You know, they're their favorites. They're minus 1,300 to win the gold. It's not like they need her on there. Yes, they need her for eyeballs, but they're going to win the gold. So I'm a little bit torn. Yes, she should be on there for ratings and stuff like that, but I just don't know. She's not going to get playing time. She's not going to get Sabrina's playing time. Taurasi's playing time. They need Taurasi for veteran leadership because Taurasi would yell at last Olympics. If you watch it, she was yelling at the teammates from start to finish. So they need her veteran leadership and boss on the court. That's why she made the team. I just don't know who you're going to take off there. So I'm kind of torn. I understand why people are mad, but at the same time, they really don't need her. Give the girl a break.
But Raphael, you just made, and this is why I love these discussions, because now I'm fired up, and I wasn't fired up 5 minutes ago. You just made my argument for me. If they're minus 1,300 and they're going to walk away with this whole thing, do you really need veteran leadership? You need eyeballs because they're going to whitewash any team out there. And so playing time, there was a team called the Dream Team that had 12 biggest stars in the world. Jordan played like 20 minutes, and they were fine with that. This is a huge, huge mistake by Team USA.
But how many minutes did Christian Laettner play for that team? He barely played. Barely played.
But they can control that. They can control that. Like Christian Laettner was never going to walk in front of Charles Barkley. Let's be honest. The women's team does not have a Charles Barkley. They just don't. Real quick, because I think this is a very important question, and raise your hand if you want to take it. I believe Scott says, do you think the other women on the team did not want Caitlin Clark on the team? Z-Man, go first.
Well, we know that they didn't because it was in that story from Christine Brennan at USA Today that part of the decision-making process was how she was going to actually fit with the ladies that are currently on the team and that it may not have meshed well. So part of it was a decision as far as team building goes. And that furthers the conversation that we've been having this first, month or so of the WNBA season of how much jealousy there is among these ladies in the league where, they're not comfortable. A lot of these girls are not comfortable with the shine that Caitlin Clark has been getting. So, I don't think it's as nasty as 92 Dream Team refusing to have Isaiah Thomas on the team. But clearly this was, it's been reported that they didn't necessarily think she was going to be a good fit as far as how the team was going to mesh and get along. And I think we know at this point that, it's like stop telling me, the analysts who cover this league, stop telling me that there isn't jealousy, that there isn't pettiness. I know what I'm watching with my eyes. And you also have this report there that part of the reason that she was not selected was because of how she may or may not mesh with the other ladies that are currently on the team. Stop telling me how I'm supposed to feel. I've been watching sports for a couple of years now. I know what I'm seeing, all right? And there are ladies in this league who have a big problem. There's a lot of jealousy going on. Stop telling me how to feel.
I love that take, and AB, I'm going to come over to you because I think this is really, really important because she's the biggest star, and I don't care who you're talking about, that the WNBA has ever had walk in through their doors, and they are fumbling this. And what Z-Man just said, I absolutely 1,000% agree with. How these GMs aren't talking to these girls privately and saying, girls, our minimums are going to go up because of her, period, end of story. But do you think, I guess it shouldn't be do you think, how much jealousy? Because this has taken me to the edge of just not caring anymore because all the negativity.
There's definitely negativity, right? I don't think it's every player on the team, right? Like somebody like Diana Taurasi, I think could be an excellent mentor for Caitlin. I'm not going to say that she needs one, so to say, right? But I don't think it's every player. But I think that there are players that aren't used to the like the hype that the WNBA is getting. And I totally do get it, right? To where you're like, hey, look, I'm pretty good too. Like, I think I could, hammer down on her. But Coach, like you said, that's where you need someone that has been around sports, for a while, that's saying, ladies, do you all want to make more money? This is how you do it. right? Like now you could run angles, right? You could run, heel, babyface type angles and do this and get, right off that stock price that Caitlin Clark has, which, look, I would be doing all of that. Look, I do think that Angel Reese is doing a bit of that, and not that she needs it, but it's smart to ride that. But yeah, man, like she's going to raise the levels for everybody. Let her do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Big Cheesy has a good point, Raphael. But yet they want the same revenue split as the NBA. There's been many girls, women, that have said that. They need the eyeballs. Old Diana Taurasi isn't going to give them that. Clark is going to. That's, I think, the entire point is the revenue split that now the NBA will get, which will mean Luka will make over $70 million a year in his new deal. A year. And the WNBA, obviously, they're not in the same category, but they want the same revenue split. So if you want that, the top revenue is with Caitlin Clark involved. But the jealousy could cost them, and I don't even think the women understand that. Your take?
Well, you said it's jealousy. And Taurasi, I'm hearing, is one of the ones that didn't want her on the team. So how could she be a mentor if she didn't want her on the team? It's just all on one word and one word only. It's just jealousy. That's all it is. This girl's been hyped since the sophomore at Iowa. She's all hyped last year, hyped for the first pick, hyped for her first game. She got the most TV games. It's just all jealousy. So that's why she's going to monster, and that's why she better hit three pointers today. That's all I'm saying. I could care less what she does in the Olympics. She better hit three pointers tonight.
By the way, the WNBA does take a break from, I think, like July 17th to August 15th. So there'll be no WNBA, so no picks here on the show. But tonight, we're going to cash this damn ticket. It kind of reminds me, Z-Man, when I was in the WWE and some new star came in, and we had a lot of guys backstage and be like, oh, that guy or that woman, they're not going to get – that wouldn't happen. If you're a star, you were put out there. And speaking of that, did you know we had Cody Rhodes on Behind the Turnbuckle this week?
I did. I'm looking forward to checking it out later today. Like I said, I was away the whole weekend. I'm not paying for that internet package on the cruise ship. You know how expensive that is? So I had to wait till I get back. I was incommunicado this entire weekend. I can't even check anything. There was no Wi-Fi, nothing. So I will watch it later on today. But I will say, the difference where, a guy comes into pro wrestling and like you're upset that he's jumping the line. There's no revenue split in pro wrestling. If you're the star, you're getting your merchandise sales. You're splitting it with the company, but you're getting your merchandise sales. You're not splitting it with your other, teammates or the other players, if you will. Where with the WNBA, there is a revenue split, and what's good for one player and getting all the eyeballs is good for the whole team and is good for the whole league. So I would point out that yes, you can get that same type of jealousy, but I guess the jealousy makes sense, if you will, in pro wrestling when there's no reason to be jealous in pro sports when it's really going to end up in the long run being good for the whole.
You're damn right. Scott also just Raphael, go.
Is so Caitlin Clark the Miz? Are they going to make her get dressed outside the locker room for the Olympics?
People don't realize, and I don't want to pat myself on the back, and he said it in many, many interviews. I was the guy because he was treated horribly back in the day because of it. This is exactly the same thing. Because he had been on TV the year before he came to the WWE, 358 days out of 365 because of all the repeats of the real world and all that kind of stuff. He came in as a bigger star than the entire roster because of his reality TV, kind of like Logan Paul right now. They didn't want him anywhere. They didn't want him out. They didn't want him partying with us. Nothing. You see where he is today. One of the biggest stars he has been for 15 years. All right. If you weren't here at the top of the hour, don't even worry about it. We got you covered. Also, we like to play a little fun game that we've been cashing a lot lately. It's time for the whip around. By the way, I forgot to mention a very important member of our crew. DG is in the chat. Any questions for him? Put them in real time. He has been active this morning, and he says Caitlin is awesome. You know. All right, here we go. Charles, you are back. Who's going to go to the yard today? We have Aaron Judge, who went yard last night. Cal Raleigh. Gunnar Henderson, one of our favorites from my team, the Orioles, today. Juan Soto, Luis Robert. And remember, Soto has been injured a little bit. So take that into account. Charles, where are we going?
Yeah, I don't know if Soto will be available, so I'm going to go with your team, Gunnar Henderson, but at plus 300. But some honorable mentions in that game that you like for runs, that Giancarlo Stanton, and on the other side, Salvador Perez. I think those two could have a good shot to go the yard today as well. But for this show matter, Gunnar Henderson plus 300.
You know, he just throws those those honorable mentions out there over the weekend. I believe we hit 2 honorable mentions. So he's even nailing ones that aren't even on the board. AB, you're up.
So he did, by the way. Yes, Cal Raleigh is where I'm going, all right, with the Mariners. Now, here's the deal. Big Brian in the chat asked, is that pantry full of gushers behind me? The answer is, well, yeah, but it's also full of, and I'm going to show you that 2025 Cal Raleigh snack, all right? We got tons of them, and this is to, you know who needs to call us, all right? The Dipsters, all right? The Dipsters need to call us. Send us some Dipster money. You send us a bunch of Dipsters, and that's where we're going, Cal Raleigh. So, yeah, you know that pantry's full of snacks, and it's really food for a 7-year-old. So that's how I eat. Cal Raleigh.
Hey, and if any of those companies call us, we can make it happen very, very quickly for you. I can promise you that. Dipsters. Brought to you by Dipsters. That sounds really good, AB. It sounds really, really good. All right, so we got Gunner. We've got, who did you say, Charles, again?
I went with Gunner.
So we have two Gunners. Okay. Sorry, I've got a lot of things being thrown at me.
No, I'm Cal Raleigh.
Oh, so, see? the Dipsters completely threw me off. All right, so we've got Cal Raleigh and Gunnar Henderson. All right, Z-Man, come on over to you, big boy. Where are you headed today?
Yeah, look, I'm just trying to win money, all right? So he's on a tear. They're best team in the American League. I'm going to go with Aaron Judge. I'm not going to overthink this, all right? I know it's only plus 210 compared to all the other odds that are up on the screen, but I'm going to feel good when it cashes. So Aaron Judge plus 210. Let's do it.
This man is a man that hits them in bunches, and he hit one last night, so it kind of feels like he's getting ready to go on another tear. Smart play by Z-Man. Raphael, talk to me.
I'm with Z-Man. Plus 210. Aaron Judge is just smashing the ball. Now, I want him to hit a home run maybe in the 4th, 5th, or 6th inning. You'll know why if you pay for the exclusive. But I think Aaron Judge at plus 210 he's just smashing the ball right now. Now, Soto, he is a game time decision right now. He's still questionable. They're going to let him bat. He's going to do some batting practice and some stuff today. He'll probably be DH if he plays.
All right, very good. James says, Z, taking it to the basics. I just want to win money. James, you're damn right. Z-Man always keeps it right here. All right, this is where we give you every single pick, 10 seconds or less, 1 nugget on each play. So, Charles, we have day soccer, which is our favorite thing. Start us off.
International friendly, Poland versus Turkey. We're going to grab both teams of scores. I can see 1-1 final score at worst.
You're damn right we can. 2:45 p.m. Eastern time to start for that. Raphael, you're up.
Caitlin Clark over 2.5 threes, minus 135. And her first 3, she barely do the Maurice head flip, running back to court to play defense.
Z-Man, talk to me.
Yeah, Panthers tonight looking to take a 2-0 series lead over the Oilers. Panthers won game 1. I didn't think. They didn't. They didn't play very well. I think you're going to have a much more aggressive Panther team tonight. So let's go Sam Bennett, one of their more aggressive centers, over 2.5 shots, plus 105.
And as the guys said, plenty more. We have a premium extra content for you. If you are premium members, do it right now. Now, I've got 2 plays today if you're going to cash with the coach. Orioles on the money line, minus 150. Yes, this is as high as I ever like to go when we're talking about a straight side. But Corbin Burns is starting to pitch like Corbin Burns. Dominant. And the Orioles bats are fantastic. That combination, I'll lay the 50 cents. Then Yankees Royals over 8.5 minus 110. Yes, on paper, the pitching matchup looks really, really good. The Yankees are going to be tired. They just are. And when you have tired players, usually that leads to runs because the concentration is not always there. So I love these. And Aaron Judge home run, that would be great for all of us, including you, AB.
Aaron Judge is going off today. I didn't want to select him in the home runs and just triple down on it, but I feel the guys on their picks. Judge over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 105. And we're also going with a Major League Baseball runs parlay, plus 125. Astros, Giants, both teams score 2+ runs. A's, Padres, both teams score 2+ runs as well. Let's go.
Let's freaking go. Real quick, Z-Man, where are you going to be at this week, sir?
I'm not scheduled for ESPN during the week this week, although I could pop up. Who the heck knows? I can't predict the future. But Zaslow Show 2.0, obviously, every day, Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcasts, you can check me out. Nobody covers the Florida Panthers and the Stanley Cup Finals better than Zaslow Show 2.0. So please subscribe to the podcast, and I'll love you long time.
You're damn right. And also for all you wrestling fans, he has a wrestling show called It's Real to Me.
It's still real to me. It's still real to me.
It's still real to me. Sorry. That's a very important word that I left out. It's still real to me. All right, gentlemen, great job as always. We will follow you throughout the day. It's now time for the closing bell. All right, it is a busy, busy week at the brand. AB, we have the U.S. Open in golf, so DTL Golf tomorrow. We've got a ton of different things, but also I want you to tell the good people who weren't here at the top of the show the hockey content for our premium members today. Please explain.
Correct. We have a whole premium show coming for you. Well, it's 10 minutes long, right? But you've got picks all for game 2, breaking down player props, game picks, first periods, you name it. Coming for the premium side, like we said, it pays to be a member. That will be posted here within an hour. And we also have a second show, which we always do, our daily premium, that will be up in about 30 minutes. So, I mean, if you're a premium member, like,
what else can he ask for? What else can he ask for? You know who else was family? Howie Schwab was family. What is the choice today at the crew on the Howie Schwab play of the day?
Yeah, the crew is picking the Panthers money line minus 140. They are feeling it there with Florida, taking them on the money line. That is the choice. Shout out. We're proud to, give us a call. The Dipsters Revolution. That's what we want right
All right, it is that time. This is summer. All you companies out there, you know right now, if you want to be a part of us heading into the fall, you better call us right now because this is the time. We strategically waited till we got to a certain level. We have now arrived, all because of all of you. It's simply how it works. All right. Also, in addition to everything AB just said, later today, I will be recording the PFL called Betting the PFL. You know, it's all over YouTube. They've got their next big events the next 3 weeks. You know, I do all the betting. So look for that as well because it's a full show of just PFL and the heavyweights and the women's division this week as well. So it is now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward and understand that we could get past that 5,000 subscriber mark today if you bring in all your friends. Because we're building this slowly but surely, one foot in front of the other. And understand this, there is only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these cash stacking tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, Lobo, my man from the Dirty Charles, a man who loves the Florida Panthers, the Z-Man, still real to me, our number guy, Raphael, our 5-tool player, AB, and never forget about producer, man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day at Driving the Line. Good luck.